The market is completely destroyed, and a lot of you guys are asking, okay, Gmias, what are we supposed to be doing right now to make coins? Because I can't sell anything. I don't know what's going on. All the cards are dirt cheap. What is the best case scenario? What can I do right now with the way the market is to do anything possible for my team to make a come up? Now, that's going to be very, very interesting depending on the route that you take. But ultimately, the scouting method is probably the only way you can logically make a lot of coins. We're going to go over different methods. But right now, what the best one is probably going to still be that 80 plus overall set with the scouting points. But we have so much more to discuss right after this. Alright, so like I was saying, here we go, right? Look, this is what it is. I got a lot of items in my binder. I don't know, depending on who's watching the video, how long you've been playing Madden, how many solos you've played. I've played so many. I have so many items in my binder. Alright, so what does that mean for, from me to you? What does it actually mean? There's a variety of ways that you can use the cards that's in your binder to put it into sets and different things like that. For instance, one of the major ones, like the ones that I usually, like at the beginning of the year, what I was doing, was one of these. It was the team items, and it was like the custom playbooks, right? Now, earlier on, what happens is people need certain playbooks that are like custom because they only want to run certain type of offenses. For instance, like the West Coast has a decent bunch in it. Run and gun, I was running that for a while. It has some very, very good plays. A lot of tossing with all the sets. Like all the sets can, reverse the toss. It's not like with certain iPro where, you have the iPro, doubles or the iPro flex where you can't flip the toss. So run and gun was one of the unique ones. You have the run heavy. It's a lot of different ones. Defensive playbooks, the 5-2, 3-4, 4-3 with multiple D, things like that. This was one of the ways, low key, I was making a lot of coins early on. And when I just need a 10K, 15K come up, I usually come over here. The really good thing about this is it's any gold player. So it doesn't matter what it is. You just go over here, you press square or you press X. If you're on the Xbox One, go to your lower cards. Kentrell Brothers is the homie. He can never get put in one of these sets. So we're going to go over here and put everybody else in, everybody else that's garbage. Try to stay away from the rookies a little bit because you can see I have like 1,000 of these gold cards, but I know for a fact that EA is going to try to do something like really grimy with those cards eventually. As far as the rookies go, like at some point they're going to do something where they do like a rookie master again or whatever, like similar to what they did with Saquon Barkley. So that's probably why I'm holding on to them. If they don't end up doing anything, it is what it is, later on. But I know for some, it's just something weird about what EA has been doing over the past, year when it's come to rookies, the way that they changed up all the card art and things like that. So I'm holding on to a decent amount of them because even when that core rookie master of Saquon Barkley came out, it was pretty good with the way that it worked out for me. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I was able to, if I wanted to, I could have done the set because I had all the rookie cards, even though I didn't need to because I have the rookie premiere. Which, when that comes up, I'm going to urge you guys again, depending on the players that are going to be coming out in the draft, what's going to be happening with that. One of the bigger issue is, if Kyler Murray is the #1 pick, similar to how Baker Mayfield was, he may not get a rookie premiere, similar to Baker Mayfield, because what happens is because of his position, EA doesn't think that they're going to start. Because why would nobody, like I had already predicted that Tyrod Taylor wasn't going to last, but theoretically speaking, you would want your rookie to at least sit a year. So in EA's defense, that's why Baker Mayfield wasn't one of those cards. Obviously, coming in as a running back with Saquon Barkley, things like that, it turned out to be really, really good. So that was one of the methods that EA used. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, who are the people that are more likely to play? So if Kyler Murray is the #1 overall pick, I highly doubt it. If he goes to Arizona, they might give him a rookie premiere. Because, Josh Rosen has to roll. But other than that, I don't know. And that's probably one of the reasons why he didn't get a rookie premiere. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and jump into what just happened right there, right? Because we're going to go through all of the ways that I'm looking to make coins right now. Now, this is actually one of the more expensive playbooks, the run and gun. People like this, at 14K, that's a lot more than some of the other ones, like the pass balance is like 7K, 8K, whatever. So this is just something that you could just sell. At one point, they were going for much higher. Obviously, like going 3-4 months back. But again, if you have a lot of gold cards, you just want to get rid of them and stuff like that. And you know what? I don't want a nickel and dime it. I can go for this. I can go for the defensive one with multiple D. I can try different variations. So for the purposes of this video, like I said, somebody's going to get it for like 13K because I don't really care about what it actually sells for. It's just showing you guys. Now, going to the next level. this is something that I want to point out very, very clearly to all of you. When you start going back to the other sets that are previously there, like for instance, the Zero Chill, and you go to Ghost of Madden, I want you guys to be very clear. The 8 elite tokens is wild for a random 96 overall because all of them are going for less than 200K because the market is completely destroyed. So this wouldn't make any sense. You know, I just want to break it down to you guys. When you start looking at, you know, the value of the cards right now, with the way that it is, it'll probably be better for you if you were trying to get cards for training points. Like if you wanted that Julius Peppers and you didn't want to pay for the other cards and things like that. Right now, you could power up Julius Peppers for like nothing because all of the values of the cards are so low. All right, so look, let me just go ahead and point it out to you again because I'm giving you guys all the insight because I want you guys to understand when you start gambling at this time, and every year there's a drought. It's just about when the drought is actually occurring, who's winning and who's losing. And obviously, a lot of us are winning and some of us are losing, but it depends on how you're going about it. But this new method with the new currencies, the scouts, the snow, stuff like that, the Super Bowl rings, that's giving other opportunity to otherwise gain value. For like, no matter how good your team is, you could gain a lot of value and come up off of it. So let's go to Ghost of Madden, right? And then we're going to go over to the quality and the 96, right? Now, look at the prices of these cards. It's like ridiculous. Like Jeremy Shockey's 179. I actually pulled him when he first, like maybe like a month after he came out in one of the other sets, and he was still going for 500 and change. So if you were looking to like power up a card that you couldn't afford otherwise, and I use Julius Peppers because a lot of you guys are really all over that with the Julius Peppers thing. So you're like, yo, bro, I can't wait to power him up. I want to use training points. Just understand. When you decide to get rid of them, again, it's going to be half. You're going to be getting half back. So understand that before you get yourself involved in that. So now, look, let's go over here. We're going to put in Peppers. I think he should be the only one that'll come up. Okay, I just put Peppers. Like, bro, what am I doing, dog? Like, please stay away from alcohol at all costs. All right, so Peppers, 1.29 mil. All right? Think about it like this. You can get his power up. Let's go to his power up, right? Let me just give you an example of what's happening. Because he actually gets Legend Chem. So his power up is 31. I don't know if I have a Julius Peppers power up, but let me check and see to make sure. Because I want to give you guys the example of it. Pretty much, you would have to go through all of the other cards. And when you get to the point that you want to actually get him to his 98 or whatever like that, it would all be training points. Now, the training point value, and you see what I just showed you. You see how cheap everything is? If you were trying to do stuff like that or there was any other card that you otherwise wanted to power up, you should go ahead and do that. All right? You should go ahead right now and take advantage of it. If you're like a Julius Peppers fan, whatever, you want to go ahead and do that, it's fine. Do it now. Okay? Because what EA is going to do, they're going to create another set that's going to require a lot of crazy stuff, and it's going to drive the prices of a lot of the things up. Because all EA has to do at any time is just create something like an elite token master or something weird like that, and everything is going to go crazy. So there's different ways that a lot of us are going to come out on top, and why I try to reserve and be patient, because it's the patience that's the key. So now that I pointed that out, I pointed out some of the other sets and everything like that, as far as the Ghost of Madden Pass and everything like that. Everything according to those lines, you're going to have a risk of losing a lot, except for the 89 plus one. Because the 89 plus one, the way that they have it with the elite tokens and everything like that, you probably could make out if you're extremely lucky, but you have to be extremely lucky. Like, you have to be like, bruh, straight up like a four-leaf clover hanging out your butt cheeks. Like, you got to be ready to roll like that. Because even though it's only 2 elite and 5 gold tokens, this right here, if it turns out that you pull something really, really good, you're still not getting a lot of value for it. And that's what I want to make sure, because what happens is if you don't understand exactly what you're getting yourself into thoroughly, it could really, really hurt you in the long run. So look, let's go over and look at the elite token prices so I can kind of validate what I'm trying to tell you. When you look at the prices for what's going on, like I have a lot of stuff in my binder, but I don't have, what do I have as 86 to 87? Do I have an actual 86 to 87? Or is it just showing me like my rising stars? Okay, we got this bum, we got this bum, we got this bum right here. All right, so we have enough bums right there to be able to do something. All right, 80, 40, 85. How many bums we got with that? We got a lot of bums? Okay, these bums are trash. All right, good stuff by me. Those guys, okay, now let's look into 82 to the 83s. These guys are pretty cheap as well, right? Let me see what we're doing with these. All right, so 18. Okay, no. They're going to show you the power-ups first. That's just a glitch. All right, let's look at these 82s right here. So 39. All right, so let's just say around 4K. 4K for those. The other ones are very, very cheap. Like the 86s and the 87s right now, very, very cheap. It's like 10K. 84 to 85, you can say about 6, 7. So you're looking at 16, 4, and 4. It's still, if you're buying the cards, you're still spending like probably around 30K, maybe a little bit less, between 25 or 30. So how much do you need to make out? You see what I'm saying? Because it's an 89 plus. So if you start playing around and gambling with that and you lose on it, bro, it's very, like, you might not look at the numbers right away. Like, yeah, bro, I only lost, like, you know, I used 30. I bought 2 elite tokens. I spent 60 and I made 100K because I pulled like a 92 or something like that. But then if you start pulling 89s, those are selling for like, bruh, nothing. So with the way everything is, I just want to make sure that everybody thoroughly understands. At this point, even with the elite tokens, you're taking a big fat L. So now, what would you need to do in order to try to make a come up? It still goes back to using the scouting points. That it's always going to come back to doing that. Like, it's nothing else you can ultimately do. So let's take a gander, bro. We're going to take a gander at exactly what's going on. Let's take a look at it. So team MVPs, no, the team builders. We're going to go to 94 to 95. And let's see what's happening with that. What do we got in there? Okay, so 136. Is there any 95s that's cheap? All right, so the 94 is pretty decent. So that's 136. The 95, like if you try to get glitchy with the 95, what I like to do is this, right? Because the 95s are very, very close to like, 200K. Sniping one of those would actually be very, very good. But these are not bad. A 136, if you go individually through the type, you play around with it like that, you might end up getting something cheaper because there are certain cards that people are just trying to get rid of. Sometimes you're going to get lucky because people are just like, you know what? All these cards are trash. The fullbacks are always relatively high because they're fullbacks. So you're not going to get lucky with that per se. Wide receivers, it could be cheap. It could be either way with the way that it goes there. But again, you can do it this way if you like. Primarily, though, that 130 around that range is going to be the safest bet for you. It's going to obviously, because depending on where you go with it, it might, like, it starts to get weird because people don't want to lose too much. Like this guy's 136. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to take this 136, right? We're going to buy it now. All right, cool. I know for a fact that like 2 weeks ago, that 94 was at 200K. All right. But now when you look at it, it's 10,800 scouts. It is what it is. We're going to need one more because we need 11,100. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go down to something that's a little bit like, 86 to 87, whatever. And then we'll spend an additional 13 just to get it above what we're going to need because you need 11,100. And what I'm trying to explain to you guys is I want you to do it in tens. All right. So look, this is a gamble, like I told you from before, but this is the best gamble that's currently available. If you're able to find a card that's like a snipe for a 95, whatever like that, feel free to grab it. Grab it all over the place. Like, it's serious business to be able to use these scouts right now and come over to this set. All right. So now this is what you do. You now go through this over and over again. You pull all 10 and you see what you get. No need for you guys to bless my packs. I'm about to, oh, glitchy? Nah. You should have blessed my packs then. You should have blessed my packs right there. All right. Because usually within the 10 that you pull, you're going to get something of value. Now, because of the way my coins are set up and I'm dead broke, I got to find ways to get value. And then in between all of this, there's weekend league, there's solo battles, there's other ways to accumulate coins, but you got to make time for that. And I understand all of that. So that's not what, that's what not any, this is not what it's about, bro. Like, depending on the time frame that you have, you may not have time to be doing all those solos. So you're going to have to find time to be able to, do this if you have the coinage to do it. Look, bro, I'm getting done. EA has me spread open right here. Like, usually by this point, like my third or fourth, I'm already pulling something in the 90s. I got a feeling right here that EA is just going to do me all kinds of ways. EA is going to do me all kinds of ways right now, bro. So I'm probably not going to make out. Why did it let me go right there? Why did it just do that? Why did it just do that right there? Like, why would you think that I want to power that guy up at any point? Like, come on, EA, cut it out, man. So as we continue to go through it, this is the, even though you will spend sometimes and not get something, every single person is probably going to get something beneficial from this pack. It doesn't really matter. Like, even though they nerfed it, because a lot of us made like, crazy come-ups. I think I made like, you know, at least 1.7 mil off of this, you know, when I was dead broke. I had like pretty much nothing. And I came in here and started pulling packs, and it was wild stuff that was occurring. And I didn't know what was going on. But it didn't matter. I'm not going to ask no questions. EA, I'm giving out free coins. I'm going to take them. You know, but again, for you guys, before this expires, this would be your best bet. Everything else that I showed you, you can gamble with whatever you want, but you're not going to really get anything. And I think that EA is doing it purposely so that people will use the currency that they release. Like right now we have the scouts. I don't know what they're going to do later. They're going to be doing whatever. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it is what it is. I have no idea. But it looks like this whole currency thing is where they're going forward with it. They're going to continue to do it like that. So you're going to have to find a way to make the most out of it. In this case, I'm taking a big fat L so far. All right, so I got 3 more cards if the math are right. You know, because you need 3,300, it's 1,100 per. So I'm about to take a big fat L. EA is giving out nothing. So after this is done, I would be done, because I tried to make sure you guys understand. Do this once daily if you have the coinage for it. If you don't, you're gonna have to find ways to do things like I was doing with the doing the actual playbooks. You could go through it and try to go for certain players with the if you just want to make a player, you could do it like that. Very, very simple doing that. If you just want to make a player and you have everything already and you're just trying to get rid of the cards that are in your binder, that's one of the ways to do it. But right here, if I don't get nothing here, look, I just took a big fat L. So I'm done, bro. Like, this is my last one right here. If I don't get nothing here, I just wasted 140, whatever it is that I spent. But again, there is no greater value of probability of getting something better with any other set. So EA completely got me. Oh, okay, so they got, all right. You see what I'm saying? Like, they gave me that just so that I could come back again. Oh, whoa, a little bit more if I had 2,200. So this will probably be my last one. And then that's it for me. So I gained absolutely nothing. All right? You guys didn't bless my packs. You hated on me. And this is what I ended up with. But I got to be a man about it and just know, is that 1,100? Okay, so we got one more. And then you keep going until you have no more for this pack. And then you're done. And then that's your system while the scouting points are available. This is your system. So EA absolutely gave me nothing this entire vid. And again, sometimes this will happen. But I know that at some point when I do this, I'm going to get something glitchy. But throughout everything else, with the way the market is right now, completely crashed, if you're not willing to do that and gamble, I would say to play all your solos, keep all the coins, chill, and then wait until the promo is at its end. And then we start over again. But don't continue to do it, because now that I'm under a $500,000, I'm going to watch the way I do it now. But ultimately, I made over 1.7 million coins doing it that way. So there's so many other coin making methods that I can share with you. But right now, that is actually the best, even though I just took a big fat L, all for your viewing pleasure. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe to GmiasWorld Gaming and GmiasWorld Podcast right here on YouTube. And I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.